Hi, Mo. Welcome. So this Star Walk is the sky right now. Oh, hold on. Right, he can't see the moon, but it's right. Yeah, you feel me? And Scorpio, new moon, and Scorpio. There's a sidereal Scorpio. In a way, this is a chart. So new moon and Scorpio is the intention to drastic change, transformational, unexpected experiences. The energy is intense, secretive, transformative, deep. You feel me? Very deep kind of energy. Transcendental. Moon is with Mercury. Mercury retrograde. So it kind of bring things from the past. Mercury represent friends and communication. So overdue convos, um, childhood friends and stuff like that could be coming back around during this time. Second to the moon in this chart is Venus, so we're going towards things that please us, things that we appreciate, enjoy. You dig what I'm saying? Da 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 da. Moon is opposite Jupiter in the sky. I got a touch screen. Jupiter and Taurus. Jupiter expands whatever he touches, so there's the intense mood changes and the deep emotional field is being expanded. Jupiter is in an earth sign, so he expands rationally and practically. You get grace. You might be going through a lot of just intense changes. Jupiter aspect gives grace to deal with those changes. All right. What other aspects? Saturn is in Aquarius. So Saturn is aspecting the moon. Saturn delays whatever he touches. So therefore, Saturn helps to give patience, right? Some type of foundation or stability with the Jupiter too, in order to deal with the changes in emotions or the intense changes one could be going through, or the turbulence or the flashbacks. It's Scorpio. You might have a flashback. It could take you there, but Saturn aspect it'd be like, hold on, just take a pause. Saturn is air element and an air sign. Breathe. Breathe. That's what Saturn telling us. So Moon and Scorpio. Oh, Moon is trying Mars and Cancer, so there's a mutual receptivity going on. The energy, the emotional energy, and the intense emotional. It's just intense emotional energy. Mars and Cancer, intense emotional energy. Moon and Scorpio, intense emotional energy. It's almost like some kind of alchemy going on right now. Like things is coming up from Mars and Cancer, issues, quarrels, difficulties, obstacles in early childhood, early development in your psyche, Cancer. And then Moon and Scorpio is intensities, chronic, traumatic events in your psyche, your mind, experiences in early childhood. You dig what I'm saying? So overall, it kind of look like this chart might help us work out some emotional hangups, be able to deal with that. The star is Anuradha, represented by a flower, a lotus flower. We'll talk about the lotus in a moment. So let me bring up this other one. So this is the chart for the new moon. Salutations to Sri Ganesh, curved trunk, large body, and whose splendor is similar to a million suns. O Lord, please make my undertakings free of obstacles by extending your blessings in all my work, always. So, a new moon is the lunation, where you cannot see the moon. The sun and moon, Amavasya, they come together and cohabit in one sign and one star. This sets our intentions for the next 15 or so months. The themes, stars, aspects, the elements, those will show the main influences during this month, right? Moon and Scorpio, water sign, ruled by Mars. Difficulties, in emotion, or water is emotions, inner world, and then Mars is a malefic, cruel planet. So dealing with some less than stellar feelings, having to alchemize and become aware or let go of a rebirth in the emotional world, we say, or ego death. So new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is the field of transformation, intensity, change. Everything secretive and unexpected resides in Scorpio. Let me bring back up highlight Scorpio, and I'm gonna bring it up in Star Walk. Give me a moment so you can see this. Yeah, I'm gonna close this camera. Window capture. Star Walk. So if you look at Scorpio, just look at the ecliptic. A lot of the other signs go along the ecliptic, right? Scorpio, however, dips below the ecliptic. Many of the stars are below the ecliptic. Scorpio being 8th house represent privates, the private parts and private just stuff, right? Oh, hold on. Yo, alright, my jump going. So Scorpio is the private part, so everything below the belt. So, you know what I'm saying? Your genitals and stuff. But it's gonna be everything private that you don't see. Right up under your nose, under your awareness. So it's also the things we struggle letting go of. It is a house of malice, pain, and suffering. It's Trickstana. So it's kind of evil house. They use the word evil, but evil just mean like it just not comfortable for the mind. So it stabilizes and depends upon emotional depth and intensity. Mars gives energy, action, assertiveness, right? And Cancer is directed towards the psyche, the emotional waters, right? So short form, intent to transform, make a deep change, and let go. Are you talking about the aspects? Moon is with Mercury. He's retrograde. It brings up things from the past. He's a character for friends, younger siblings, and sisters. So it's a long overdue conversation with somebody from the past, from childhood, perhaps. Moon is trying Mars. So the efforts and the experiences can have opportunities can arise and luck could happen. It just need a bit of awareness about what gets you mad or what, really emboldens you. Mars emboldens whatever he touches. So it's having strong energy and being with awareness, being able to use that strong energy effectively. Oppositions need balance. So those intense moods are expanded yet balance. You balance the intense changes with grace. Have grace. Just don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on others. It might be time to just forgive and let go, right? And then aspect from Saturn, you just gonna have patience with these changes. Moon is trying Rahu. Yes, Moon is trying Rahu. He expands whatever he touches, like Jupiter, but he also creates difficulties and delays, being like Saturn. So really, Rahu creates endless desire. So it's a whole bunch of things you coming up with, new this and new that, and none of the time, Saturn, to get any of that done. So you start getting like feeling dejected. You're trying to find a shortcut around. So Rahu is in the smoky waters of Pisces. Moon is in the deep smoky waters of Scorpio. Both got a K2 influence. So this is like having an endless desire for escaping, using drugs, games, sex, all of those means to cope. All of those as a means to cope. So this trine gives an opportunity to be aware of one's coping mechanisms, or Rahu is a shadow planet, unconscious habits associated with traumatic experiences. I was talking to one of my peoples and he was like, damn, cuz I ain't know that. I was like, yeah, cuz I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I cope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So look, this is the checklist. Did I move it back? I didn't move it back. I apologize. Get my window back. So you see where I'm at. 10 minutes. So this the checklist for this month. It's new moon in Scorpio. Number 1, get sexy. Like we said, Scorpio is intense and magnetic. I didn't say magnetic, but Scorpio is sometimes like Scorpio and people that have like 8th lord in the 8th or just 8th house placements. They're not actually aware of how magnetic and alluring that they are. 8th house, like we shown, 8th house in Scorpio is below the belt. All things below the belt, all things private. You see what I'm saying? But 8th house is also just your private. So the idea is like, ooh, sex comes up, or just the vulnerability and stuff. The vulnerability might be, it's kind of attractive. It baits you in. But you know what I'm saying? Still got to be careful. You can get stung. Eighth house is all things malicious too, so it's like that magnetism and charm or the allure that one has could cause people to be jealous, and you might create enemies unknowingly, right? Or just fatal attractions. 2, invest wisely. Scorpio is the 8th house. 8th house is associated with inheritance, sudden windfalls. Stock market, speculation. That's not it. Stock market and speculation, right? Sudden windfalls, for better or worse. It's a house of bankruptcy, and it's the house of like, oh my gosh, I found this and it was worth such and such. I might have, you know what I'm saying? You might have stumbled upon some precious metals or some diamonds, right? But the scorpion, when you see depictions of bull in ancient pictures or even sculptures, they depict a bull as always a scorpion pinching his balls. The scorpion got the jewels of the bull. The bull represent wealth. So Scorpio understand like beyond what you see in wealth, the actual power behind it, and they cling to that. You dig what I'm saying? And I think Scorpios, people with placements in Scorpio and Leo, all fixed signs, but Scorpio and Leo for sure, very good with numbers. I can't explain it. Good with numbers. Number 3, make inner peace. The moon, which represents your mind, sense of comfort, inner peace, how you feel the world is treating you in a way, it falls in Scorpio. So therefore it's disturbed. The peace, there is no inner peace. The inner peace is disturbed by emotional turbulence. Moon is a water planet in a water sign. It's not comfortable. Moon ain't really comfortable in its own sign of Cancer, because those waters of Cancer, it's like it's always, it's cardinal water, so it's moving always, and the moon itself is always moving, coming and going and coming. You see what I'm saying? So traumatic experiences, pain and suffering, feelings of attachment to an experience, possessiveness, jealousy, resentment, all of those point to a need to kind of let that go and find some, you know what I'm saying, just let it go and transform. Like, you gotta be like a phoenix. It's this thing, when scorpions are like trapped in a ring of fire or something like that, they'll sting and stab themselves. You feel me? Their own poison and venom, they're immune to it. They're resistant to it, but they will stab themselves and kind of commit like a scorpionic suicide. Then the Scorpio sign being a sign of transformation, it actually has multiple levels. It goes scorpion, a snake, and then an eagle at the end, or a phoenix rather. And a phoenix, from its ashes, it is reborn as a phoenix. I don't know if it is a phoenix and then dies and then becomes a phoenix again, or if it actually has a different form and then becomes a phoenix after it makes those transformations. So 4, we see this with the Saturn aspect. You gotta breathe. Scorpio can be intense, unpredictable. 8th house is the house of surrender, because you cannot predict anything that goes on in 8th house matters. You feel me? I could tell you 8th house is the house of transformation and death and the occult matters, but truth be told, it's a house of secrets. You guys, you're gonna find something out. If you know what I'm saying, you got things going on in your 8th house. Just know that you need to just kind of surrender towards God. The next house is Sagittarius, 9th house of God. So you just kind of just know that I need to start going towards God. Whenever 8th house matters come up, whenever Scorpio matters come up, understand all planets in Scorpio will undergo a transformation. All people going to undergo a transformation when planets go in Scorpio. It's going to affect us all. Right? 5 is drop grudges. It's a sign of changes and surrendering. It's a good time to let go of any emotional hang-ups, some disappointments, change for the better, not for the bitter. Ditch emotional baggage and whatever weight of karma there is that you might have. Scorpio is a sign of death, and life is too short. K2 is exalts in Scorpio and gives detachment and liberation. You feel me? For instance, what can I say? Somebody that got Moon conjunct Saturn in their chart, they might have a crazy grudge with their mother, or their mother might hold a grudge with them. The key with the Saturn karma, Saturn is planet of karma, and Anuradha is a Saturn star. So the key with Saturn karma, especially when you got personal planets like Moon conjunct Saturn, Sun conjunct Saturn. I have Sun conjunct Saturn. You really just let that shit go. It get better over time, but it's not going to get like, oh yeah, now it's this. It's like, no, it's kind of just like, it becomes a battlefield. Moon conjunct Saturn, it's a battlefield with you and your mother. Sun conjunct Saturn, it just turned into a battlefield with you and your father. However, the person with that aspect is actually quite humble. They can snap. These are not people you would want. Like they're not afraid of anything. They done went through all of that with close people. So it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They just let go. They change for the better, not the bitter. It get better over time. But whenever you meddle and keep trying to do that, or listen to other people tell you to how to deal with that, you only make your karma even more heavier. And karma it has to be balanced. Saturn exalts in Libra. Karma gotta be balanced and accounted. Like you gotta be accounted for. Once you have accountability, all of that weight come off you and you just be feeling good. The only weight you might feel is that of should you go back. And that's the nostalgia. Those are the patterns from early childhood. Now, Anuradha, it means devoted. This is the star. Devoted. Its symbol is the lotus flower, which blooms from out of the mud. No mud, no lotus. Right? The lotus loves the sun and blooms for it, so will the person who knows the Lord. So the lotus shows the ability to rise above conditions put forth in early environment. Heavy karmas that you didn't even understand what was going on, but this is what was going on. That's just your environment. As opposed to the other flowers, the lotus blooms and fruits simultaneously, right? So what that tells me is that the nature of life is that the experience itself is the fruit, rather than looking for outer results. Like, I'm going to do this, and then when I get this result, how a strawberry grows. A strawberry blooms first, then it withers, and then you get your fruit. but then something eats you. Don't nothing really eat Lotus like that. I ain't gonna say. You feel me? So it's like the experience is the result. If you're looking for outer results, so are other people, and they coming for your outer results. But when you understand the experience of your soul and yourself is the fruit, your maturity, Saturn star. So it's about maturity. Your maturity, your authenticity is the fruit. The experience and becoming more authentic is the fruit. You think what I'm saying? Every day you make a decision to be either more authentic or more counterfeit. Every day. So the lotus, as it's blooming or as it's just, kind of opening its petals, it opens one petal at a time to show the patient, persistent path of devotion and spiritual development. It is a step-by-step process. To bloom is to be in a healthy condition, and fruit is the result or reward of any activity done. So blooming and fruiting, if you're being healthy, if your mind is healthy, if you're not holding grudges, if you're not clinging to a particular experience or feeling, then you're in a healthy state, and that in and of itself is positive. That's a fruit. That's something that is a good reward. Being healthy gets you more health, more beauty, more Radha is patience, devotion, tenderness, gentleness, luster, which is a certain type of strength. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the lotus retreats back into the muddy water to rest. Yet the fruit within, right, the healthy state itself, is not touched by the harshness of the environment. You dig what I'm saying? So this is a metaphor for meditation. When you retreat into the waters, you're going back into in a way like more subtle. It should go backwards. So it's retreating into the waters is really going up into the waters. It's going into you meditate, you shedding off all of the experiences when you was up there on the surface. Now you find yourself going to the water, which is the source, and you merge, right? So the deity for Anuradha is Mitra. Mitra is the friend. He's in the solar deity, Aditya, in the beginning, those in the beginning. He's regarded as the friend. He is devoted, caring, patient, and supportive. Mitra, the word can be replaced with the word love, right? So Scorpio is transcendental, Mitra is love. So this is a transcendental love. This is a love that is not based upon carnal desires nor glamour, like material glamour, like, oh, I hang out with such and such, so that's, you feel me? It's not a clout thing. Mitra is often seen as a pair with Varuna. So Mitra shows contracts, agreements. In a way, it could be platonic love, but it's love that just go beyond material and carnal things, the glamour of the material. Varuna, however, shows glamorous love, lust, right? Selfish love. Mitra is prema, Varuna is kama. One is selfless love, one is selfish love. They seen as a pair. You dig what I'm saying? So Anuradha Shakti gives the power to worship. It's related to Radha, who is the consort of Krishna. And I also think Jagannatha is Radha, is seen with Jagannatha, who is the feelings of ecstasy of the Lord, right? Transcendental. So goddess of tenderness, devotion, patience, luster, love, ecstasy, love that is free from the pool of like lust and material. It's just like it's the power of worship and adore takes one out of looking to receive and to be pleased by things and into being the person that is pleasing. You are the pleasing one, the one that makes the connections and brings joy to others rather than what lust is, which is to have people connected to you for your joy, right? So, like 15 degrees of Scorpio is second deacon. Second deacon is 6 of cups, right? 2, 3, 4 cardinal, 5, 6, 7 fixed, and then 8, 9, 10 is mutable dual. So 6 of cups upright is children, childhood memories, past influences, yearning, homesickness, nostalgia, reunions, playfulness, youthfulness, innocence, creativity, kindness, goodwill, simplicity, childishness, immaturity, sharing gifts, charity, family, support, protection, right? All those things from the past, childhood, early development, things that used to bring you peace of mind and comfort, right? Or even still do. But nostalgia. So Anuradha is a Saturn star. Saturn gives delays, frustration. It perverts the mind. So it be like depression. Saturn is bitter enemy to Mars. So it's like depression usually comes from repressed anger, not having done the action towards something or someone, right? So 6 of Cups, nostalgia. My man was talking about Tony Hawk, and I was like, I don't know. Ever since I played Skate, I ain't really been fucking with that junk. Like, you be like, nah, right? And I was like, that was nostalgia. And I told him, I was like, I think nostalgia might be, I probably was reading too much, but nostalgia could be a sign of depression. It's like you living in the past. You watch an old show, or you be like, man, I ain't seen such and such in a while. And then you might go try to watch that junk and be like, I can't even really sit through it. It's not. Was it ever that good? You feel me? Like, was it really even that good? Am I getting this just for nostalgia's sake? And the first word of nostalgia is no. Second word is stall. So just hold on. Like, no is first, and then your second is like, no, hold on. So nostalgia. Like, and then my question to anybody watching this, like, you ever went back to experience something from the past, or that you thought made you happy, or that you thought you like, and what was that like? Just subjective, like, what was that like when you went back? Like, got that feeling and nostalgia, like, man, I remember this used to be amazing, and then you went to go try it again. What was that like? Like, was it as awesome as that feeling convinced you it was? Like, did it pick up right back where it left off? Or, you know what I'm saying, what? But in my mind, that's one of those tricky things. Gotta use the bathroom. So Scorpio 15. This is not the degree. The degree is from like 15 to 16. But I thought this was cool. So first steps of humanity's spiritual breakthrough. A very small number of people have awakened to a higher level of consciousness. However, they are yet as undeveloped as children. Realizing how little we really know. No cap. Only God has certainty of knowledge. I don't know a damn thing. I be trying to figure it out. But you don't know what you don't know. Wow. Numerologically, the number 5 is associated with the capacity of mind to penetrate further into the unseen realms to discover and create new forms for universal ideas. Few people are truly creative, and those who are, invariably, are still playing around with this extraordinary gift. Humanity is on the brink of a new phase of being, and those with the creative flair will be called upon to indicate how we can do things differently. No cap, because right now, new moon and Anuradha, November 30th, well, really it's December 1st in the AM hours, like 1. That 2 years ago, they came out with ChatGPT, which is AI. 2 years presently, from 2 years today, ChatGPT is kind of being like used by a lot of users. Moore's law has stated that the transistors on the processors, they double in number and double in size. But they not size, I keep saying size, but they double in power. So their ability to process doubles every 2 years. Now, quantum computing and AI, it doubles exponentially, is what they said. And it's been 2 years. You think what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't even really, I kind of understand it, concept, but the weight of that. So we're playing around with things differently, but the people that's using AI currently, they're using it just to farm for content and just make it'll just be like they'll have like it'd be 3 people having 5 YouTube channels, and they all do what was most recent. They all do cartoons. It'd be like 5 channels that do different cartoons, and then they got an AI analysis, and then an AI bot reading it and stuff like that. So it's like people only using these new tools maybe for the same old covetousness, the same old materialistic, like, oh, man, just they try and make a buck. All the money here, okay, I can make money there. You feel me? But I guess it's a new way to scam, new way to flam. Like hood say, it's just a new way to, I don't know. It's the game of inflation. Drake had just sued UMG for using bots, but he himself had used a bot for a Tupac diss song, but then wanted to sue UMG because they used their bots to inflate the numbers. So everything is a game of inflation right now. Until it pop and that bubble bursts, as it inevitably does. It does it. .com bubble, housing bubble, all those bubbles, right? Next one. Girl's face breaking into a smile. Gestures of friendliness. A simple thing like a smile can change the way we attract relationships and experience warmth in our lives. Seeing all things in life as a mirror of who we are. Yeah, the Bible and a lot of scriptures start with the second letter, the B, the Beth, or Bereshit, right? And the B, even, what is it? The Bismillah or Basmala, right? That B is a dot. It's usually a dot, or it might be like house or something, but it really represent a projection, being projected out from the one. You dig what I'm saying? So all of life really just be a projection. You get mad at somebody else, but who you really mad at? Certain things, yeah. Certain things, but on a high level, you want to see everything as a reflection. Like what you feel me? Like what are you reflecting? You know what I'm saying? When I see I'm watching shows and looking at games, and I'm in the process of like finding balance, getting clean and shit like that. I look at games, I'm looking at shows, and I'm like, everything is a metaphor for drugs. What that say about me, or how I'm viewing things. Big Bang Theory. Okay, if motherfucker that bangs something, I curse, but somebody that bangs something, they gonna shoot that between their toes and their arm. You dig what I'm saying? Big Bang Theory. As I'm watching it, I'm like, all of them always have on long sleeve something. A jacket, a coat, long sleeve this, a turtleneck with a jean jacket. Even Sheldon got his sleeves rolled up, but you don't see that little pit in the arm. But blondes have more fun, so I'm like, oh, the blonde girl, she'll show her arms. That means she must snort hers. Okay. And then Mario, he just breaking bricks and he collect coins, break bricks, and then jump up for drugs when he get to the right box. He get to a questionable box here. He hit that one, drugs pop up. He jump up for them get like, I guess, larger than himself. He gets bigger than himself, and then just start stepping on others. Just start stepping on people's heads, jumping around, traveling through pipes, and that's freebasing. I was like, oh, okay. Everything drugs. Sonic on speed. Man, right. He is speed. Sonic's on speed. So, feel me? Alright. Shouldn't be too long. Y'all, 30 minutes.